Howdy. A lot of folks had some questions how to do the little mandalas on these shirts. Oops, let me try to get that straight. And so I'm going to show you how I do the little tie-ups for these. A typical mandala, you end up with kind of a triangle shape. You open your piece up and you kind of fold it in half. You start at your center point and you're basically making an airplane. Then all right, so I just kind of quickly folded this one so that you kind of see that's the idea of a mandala. And then you do your ties. You can see the white parts right here, kind of when you start doing your diagonal ties. Well, this is the same concept that I do with the shirts. And instead of getting a geode pattern, you could do kind of a mandala pattern. And that gives you kind of those fun little squiggly lines. So here we go, black shirt. I just did a little circle, a little grease pencil that I have. And so I'm going to show you how to tie this up. So I just open the shirt up, find kind of my center point. Oops. Wait a minute. Okay, so now I have half the circle right here. And then I'm basically gonna fold it almost in the pleating pattern. So I fold and I fold. So I'm doing an accordion fold kind of along the line, but I'm keeping my center point up here so that you start to get folds. I'm just gonna follow this line. Just let me follow this line and I'll show you what I mean. So if you can kind of see, I'm starting to get folds and I'm going along the line. It's kind of hard to see with my hand in the way. So I will go ahead and pleat this up really quick, keeping my top pulled out. There we go. And when I end up, what I end up with is this little thing, this little pleated up circle with all the little pleats up here. And that's when I'll take, in my first line, I'll take the sinew. And this is where we do our diagonal lines. If you do straight lines, you're going to get kind of like a geode pattern. But if you do diagonal lines, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to start my first one. So there's my first one, and the line is kind of diagonal. The second line, I want to go this direction. So I'm going to let it go. I'm going to make a pretty nice big triangle here. I'm going to do the same down here. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Come over here. 4, 5. So you end up with a little, just kind of like a little mini mandala. And sometimes when I'm thinking about the center part of a flower, which is sort of what we're making, I think about kind of wanting to make the center, have the very center of it have a little bit more detail in it. So sometimes I'm using the string as the resist so that there's going to be more black showing. And usually we'll try not to dip the center, but it happens. I'm not that worried about if I do end up dyeing the center or not. So there's one, and then I just start chasing the next one. We'll come in here somewhere kind of right next to it, keeping an idea of where I am on the shirt. And I just kind of come along, put my finger up, make another point. Oops, sorry about that. I'll just make another point, and then I will start again. Here's a fold. I'm getting pretty close to the first one. And I just make the little accordion folds kind of in a circle. Boom. There we go. Here's my second triangle. You can see that. It's kind of hard to see black on black here. There it is. And then I find my sinew. Kind of wrap it down to the base. I find my sinew. And here I'm going at an angle. 2. I'm going to go at a nice big angle. You know, kind of fun working with sinew. I love this stuff. This is the fake sinew, waxed, you know, flat thread, I guess. And what I like about it is you know that it's gotten tight enough when you sort of feel that second almost tightening. It almost slips. So that's giving a good release. All right, so I've just done 2. I'm gonna go ahead and take my scissors and just cut that. And I'll fill up the shirt with these guys. And when I'm kind of done, I end up with kind of a little weird tangly mess. This one is a long sleeve, so there's some sleeves. This is kind of running up one side of the shirt. And so I try to get it to lay flat as I can. And I've tied the rest of the shirt up just to try to keep the bulk out of the way. And then when I go to dye, when I go to do the bleach, it's kind of where the fun comes in. I have these little bottles. And this is a 50-50 bleach water solution. And usually I do this over my pail. But you just kind of stick that little needle in there. And you just let it go and just work on it and work on work on the pieces that you want to bleach. And sometimes they'll drip and it makes little bleach spots. That's okay. It's part of the design. So I hope this helps. If not, let me know. Okay, thanks.